Welcome to this video about symbolism, where we're going to talk about the power that symbolism has in literature. So what is symbolism? Well, symbolism is something that stands for or suggests something else. It's really about going beyond the literal meaning, right? Or when we talk about literal meaning, we're talking about something that actually stands for. Symbolism is figurative. It's something that represents that literal thing. So as an example, you literally have a butterfly here, but that butterfly on a flower might symbolize growth. It could symbolize change. It might even symbolize beauty. Symbols are super common. And so here are some examples of some common symbols that you see all of the time. We'll start with the rainbow. A rainbow is often associated with hope and new beginnings. It appears after a storm, suggesting that better times are on the horizon. And in this sense, it symbolizes the promise of a brighter future. In recent history, the rainbow flag has also become a symbol of LGBTQ+ pride and the fight for equal rights and acceptance. Each color of the rainbow represents a different aspect of the LGBTQ+ community, and the flag as a whole symbolizes unity and pride. You might be familiar with the peace sign. This symbol features an upside down Y inside of a circle, or today, two fingers held up, and it's widely recognized as a symbol of peace and anti-war movements. It actually originated in the 1950s as a symbol of nuclear disarmament. Colors are often very powerful symbols in various cultures and contexts and within literature, and they can carry different meanings and associations. The color green, for instance, symbolizes several things, often depending on the context. So green, for example, symbolizes, when it's being used positively, it symbolizes things like hope, balance, growth, nature, harmony, and prosperity. It can also be used negatively, though, to represent things like money and greed, materialism, envy, and jealousy. So depending on the context of how what color is being used can really determine the way that that symbol is being interpreted or should be interpreted. How about wedding rings? Wedding rings symbolize commitment and matrimony. They symbolize eternal love, unity, fidelity, family and heritage, and even cultural and personal traditions. So what do symbols look like when they're in literature? Well, in literature, a symbol can be a word, an object, an action, a character, or even a concept. For example, in the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, the mockingbird represents innocence. Or in the story The Great Gatsby, the green light represents Gatsby's longing for Daisy. Some other common symbols in literature include the color black, which is often used to symbolize evil and evil intentions, or even death. A rose often symbolizes beauty, but can also symbolize pain. And water, which is often used to represent purification and rebirth. So, how do you interpret symbols? Well, first you want to look for reoccurring objects or images that might represent deeper ideas. But you're really looking for something that's being a pattern where you see it over and over. You also want to consider the context. Examine the circumstances and the surroundings in which a symbol appears. Context often provides clues to its meaning. Look at character perspectives. Analyze how different characters in the story perceive and interact with the same symbol. Their views can shed light on its various interpretations. Consider historical and cultural context. Understand the historical and the cultural factors that might influence the symbol. Symbols can be rooted in specific cultural or religious or historical significance. You also want to think about author's intent and consider what the author may have intended to convey through the use of the symbols. Authors use symbols very purposefully to communicate themes and ideas. And finally, looking at contrasts and comparisons. By comparing and contrasting symbols within the text, that can help you highlight their significance. How symbols interact with one another can actually reveal deeper meanings. This is symbolism, so thank you for learning about it with me. Now, hopefully you can go and start to recognize symbols out in the world when you're reading, when you're watching movies and television, and just in all the things around you.